I'm an 8th grade social studies teacher at JTA. I've been here for 7 years now. This is my 3rd teaching social studies, and this is the 2nd year that we've gotten to do this project. The assignment came about 2 years ago when I had a group of students that actually came up with the idea of building memorials to 9/11. When we discussed it in class, I always make it a point to discuss 9/11, the events of that day, because every year I ask my students, when were you born? And that year keeps getting further and further away from that event. I always want to make sure they know what happened that day and why it's important they remember it. And I also want to make sure they understand the importance of memorializing what happened that day. And it came about as an idea of the students wanting to build their own. And that's exactly what we did 2 years ago. Last year we didn't get to do it because of COVID restrictions. This year I was pretty insistent that we were going to do this regardless. What the classes do is they do a gallery walk where each group gets to go around the room and look at each project. When they've seen every project, they vote on which one they think is the best. They can, of course, vote on their own if they want to. It usually works out to where they vote on something that is actually the best project in the class. Surprisingly, it does, even for middle schoolers. And that project is going to get displayed down in our display case for each class, and they usually get some extra credit points out of it too.
So what did you do?
Our project is about memorization of all of the EMS and police people that have died from 9/11. Our flag represents how we came together when it happened in less than 5 seconds. And Kaylin and Landry are painting our towers, which are going to be on our flag to show where they were, like when people came together. 9/11 is important because everyone came and really showed how U.S. is a country all in one people. What do you have to say? Landry's painting our taller tower. This one's taller than this one because that's how they are in real life. We still need to trim this one a little bit. We're gonna glue these right here, but not on top of the stars.
And this is the North Tower, and this is the South Tower. The flowers represent where the planes hit the Twin Towers. The fire truck represents all of the EMT firefighters and police officers that were lost in the attack.
Our project memorializes the EMTs that were called up to the Twin Towers when they were hit by both of the planes. We're working on building our ambulance. We just need to put the wheels on and paint it. And here we have the roads and the river over here.
The questions were about the projects primarily, questions that they would have for the creators in terms of why did they choose to do certain things, and in terms of why they chose to do what they did with the materials they had. This is one of the few projects I do during the year where I don't supply the materials. It's up to the students to come up with what do they want to use to create an appropriate memorial to what happened. The voting is done by the students. In years past, I've been able to say, look, you can vote for your own. I don't know of any politician that goes into the ballot box and doesn't. And it usually works out. This year, we've had a little difficulty understanding that you're supposed to vote for the one that you think is truly the best memorial. So this time I told them, you can't vote for your own. And the voting was overwhelming in terms of which ones made the cut. And it was actually the two that I thought it would be, and the two that it should have been. So.
I like the one with the flowers.
I mean, it's like.
Put your ballot in the project that you would like to vote for.
Thank you, Duggan. Thank you.
Runner up.
I'm Rebecca Lozano.
Michaela Grimm.
Maya Andrews. Our project was about the Twin Towers, and we did a memorial about it.
We originally were gonna do all of the first responders, but we didn't realize how many there were, so we switched it to just the firefighters. And it still covers almost all the tower.
And the reason we did clouds as our base is because we would like to hope that all of the people that died went to heaven. And so we got the clouds by a random person putting cotton balls on our desk. So we'd like to tribute to them.
McKenna, Ulam, Emma Ashlock, and Jesse Brewer. What inspired us to do it was when he was talking about like the projects that were done in the past, I didn't hear anything about the Pentagon, so I thought it'd be nice to do something different that he hadn't really heard of before.